Hi! So, as I was making this video, I kept thinking, but where did this journey really start for me? And it took me back to a conversation I had with one of my colleagues where he asked me, Sharon, are you financially independent? And I so proudly said yes. And then he asked, but why are you still working? And I couldn't understand that question. Like, why would you ask me something like that? Of course I'm working because I have bills to pay, I have a life to live. And then he said to me, but Sharon, that is not what financial independence means. And that shook me to my core. It really did. I went home that night and I started Googling, how do you become financially independent? And so many things came up for me, businesses that you can start, investments, etc., etc. And that really shook me to my core, because here's the thing, the reality is that I followed the script, and the script is get a degree. In my case, I got 2 degrees just to be safe. So get a degree, get the job, make the money, work hard, make the money, and then you will be financially free or financially independent. And there I was with 2 degrees and not even knowing what financial independence really mean. And for me, that was such a low moment in my life. There I was in a job, unfulfilled to my core. I couldn't wake up in the morning. I'm sad. I don't know. On paper, my life looks perfect. On paper, everything is the way it's supposed to be, yet inside I'm sad all the time. I didn't know how I got myself into this situation. And then that is where it started for me. Then I found Anne Wilson, and I just knew I had to join a wealth builders club. There was no question in my mind. At the point where I joined, I was so confused around starting a business, an online coaching business, as well as growing our net worth. And we had a conversation, and then I decided to join. And I have to tell you, it's the absolute best decision I've made in my life. This has not only impacted me for this year, it's not only impacted me as an individual, it's impacted my immediate family, my husband and my son. It's impacted my friends, because I keep talking to them about money and trying to educate them as best I can. My husband and I started this journey beginning of last year. We were unsure about so many things, and we were very fearful because we didn't know what it means to invest and where to invest and how much do you invest and which index tracker you choose. And we transferred all our tax-free savings and annuities to ETFSA. We invested into index trackers. We got so out of our comfort zone. We had to study, and there were moments where things just got quite crazy, where we didn't know what to do. But the idea of having a pod, the idea of having people around that you can ask, the idea of hopping on a call with Anne during our mega money dates and watching the replays and having that, just having that support. The biggest thing for us was, at the beginning of last year, we didn't have anything in place. So now we have a base foundation in place. We have our emergency fund in place. We have actually a 9-month just savings that's sitting there in case we need it. What we also done this past year is we took the big steps that we took is we sold our house. That was quite an intense decision to make, because we didn't know, it's our home. But when we did the numbers, we realized that even if we keep it as an investment property and rent it out, the numbers just doesn't add up. So as a result, we sold our property. We then took that money and we reinvested, and now we have extra capital as well. The other thing that we did was quite big is my husband sold his car. We do have 2 cars, but he sold his car, which had a monthly expense, and we bought a cheaper car. We don't have any debt on our cars. We don't have any consumer debt anymore. We literally just working towards growing our net worth. So last year was quite a big year, because one of the dreams I've always had was taking a international trip, just a vacation. And then we got to go to the US. We got to go to California, Los Angeles, and that was quite a dream come true for me. I did not think it was possible at all. I thought it would be one day when you retire. And I think the biggest step that I've taken in the last year, I quit my 9 to 5. I never thought I would be able to do that, because that was always the anchor. That was always the perceived stability that I had. So I quit my 9 to 5 and I'm going full time in my business, my online coaching business. And for me, that would never have happened had I not joined this program. We also squeezed the juice a lot. We squeeze the juice. My husband and I are now also having conversations about our money. My son, we constantly have conversations with him about money. He's got his money jar and he gets to see the money grow. I guess in terms of the numbers, our net worth increased by 634,000 rand. This year has really been incredible. It shook us outside of our comfort zones. It has made the impossible possible for us. It has been an incredible journey. It has been absolutely amazing. And now I believe the impossible is possible.